one from my team, Shannon, does them up, so I just grab them from her and I'll, put pictures over top of them or whatever if I want to change them up a little bit. She had the ultimate date night. The ultimate date night listed the standard kit starting at $219. What was missing from the standard kit was all the paperwork. It was her sister-in-law, and her sister-in-law that came to the party. She flat out turned around and told me, she goes, Sherry, I want this because 90% of what I want is in this kit. I was like, okay. She goes, and I explained to her it was the kit. I explained to what she was going to get. She goes, but I don't foresee me selling. I said, that's fine, you don't have to. I said, if your sister-in-law wants something and her sister-in-law wants something, they can order it from you. Once you hit a $200 minimum order every 2 months, that's extra money going in your pocket. I got the email Sunday morning that she was registered. I told her today at work, I said, you should be getting your kit either today or tomorrow. She goes, oh my God, my mother-in-law's at my house. Is she going to know what it is? I said, no, the outside of it's white and it'll say, educate, empower, nothing that screams, pure romance, here's your toys. And she started laughing and she goes, okay. And then she goes, well, I told my neighbor what I'm doing, and I told my friend who lives in Largo about it, and now they're all wanting to start talking about having a party. I said, so do one. I said, I'll come and help you do one. And I said, and that's all money that goes in your pocket after you get whatever stuff that
people think it's scary
goes, really?
Initially.
Because her original sales position, or direct sales, she got burned. Because she would get the stuff and then let them pay after the fact. And I said, no. I said, you get the money and then you give them the stuff.
This is one of the reasons why I said that we are a cash business.
Mm-hmm.
Money first, then order.
Yes.
You have a restaurant.
Mm-hmm. Right around the corner. In that, yeah.
That's
The other thing
Okay. Yeah, I know.
I will suggest, ladies, is when we have a product kit, like get to know, consultants who work, not gonna buy the kits and sell the kits. I sold this last kit. I sold, I sold 7 of them. I ordered 2 because I was just being greedy. I took 2 and they have to ship me 2.
The product kit.
Yeah, and I bought 2 more under someone else, and then I bought 2 more under someone else, and then 1 under somebody else.
Okay.
And I had sold all of them.
These are not like consultant kits. These are like.
No, these were our.
Explain, dear.
These were our product launch kits. Like they had this, like all the new products that the liquid line, they had them, and it was the liquid line.
Liquid line. They were They were worth $190 retail, but they were selling them for about.
They were selling it for $99. I sold them for $175. So I bought all of, a couple of the other consultants were able to get the retail, but it was money in my pocket. Like I don't care about retail. I want money in my pocket. I sold all those kits, and I was still able to take out the batteries. I took out something else because one girl was like, "Oh, I don't want that either." I was like, "All right," so I took that out, and I was like, that's what you get." Yeah, I did not change the price for them or nothing.
Because we sell batteries now too.
Yeah, and then one girl she's like, if you take the batteries, can I at least get like 1 pack of condoms? And I was just like, yeah, sure, no problem. Because I get those with my free orders, like. I'm not even this FYI, I use only our condoms now. I'm not having babies.
So tell me, okay, Eliana, tell me, Esperanza, without telling me your business, okay? Are they better than the store-bought ones?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes? Okay, good.
Now Jared gets more.
Jared must be the happiest man ever.
I ain't gonna lie, I tell you right here, right now, I would not try nothing. I would be the only one in this room that could sell something that I never tried. Mm-hmm. Now, Pure Romance might actually start liking me.
Well, it's funny because we had a call, you and I, right? A lot of our calls happen at 1 o'clock in the morning, y'all. Okay? As I'm doing laundry. So. Well, Esperanza calls it her time. So between 1 and 2 in the morning is Esperanza time. So
everybody knows that.
So something that ends up happening is that she was telling me, I when she first started, we were chatting, and her voice would light up when she talked about coochie.
When I finally tried coochie.
When she finally tried coochie. FYI, make sure that you're using our products, y'all.
Yeah.
Okay? Because I could not sell a bottle of coochie before I opened a bottle of coochie. Okay? I could sell everything else because I used it. But I needed to try it and see it and understand what the buzz was about. So she would light up when she talked about coochie. But when she talked about a toy, flat.
When I was talking about everything else, I would literally give you what I was taught to say or what was already.
There was no passion there.
When I started talking about coochie, I brought up everything that I had, like, oh, I like when it does this, I like this, I like this, I like that, and my hair feels better, and I just kept on going on, and she was like trying to interrupt me. I was like, hold on, and I said, I tell you this, and this, and then I was just like, you know what, she got me. I see what you did there.
So when we talk, because I don't have to tell you, you know what I mean? Y'all who know me, okay? I don't have to tell you how to run your businesses, but I can recommend things, and I can say it in such a way that you'll be like, damn you, Jennifer, you're right. Yeah, that's the giggle of someone who knows.
Jennifer's why I say I see what you did there. Yeah.
That's the giggle of someone who knows.
Do this. Oh, really? Okay, and then I do, and I'm like, I see what you did there.
I double dog dare you, Esperanza-Torres, okay? So the other thing, ladies, is the exercise her, okay? The exercise her is a step up from the Benoit balls, right? So what's the difference? They're made of silicone. They have the little string. A lot of people are nervous about these free-floating balls in their vagina. Let's be real. So, so something that I always upsell, and I don't always have to show it. I just have to keep one in stock. That's something you don't have to open. You have to show the Benoit balls, and then someone will ask you, "Hey, I saw these exercise herbs, system. What is that?" And so I'll pull it out of my inventory, and I'll show them. And I said, "This one has a string, so the nice thing about it is that you won't lose it, right? You won't lose the Benoit balls either. But this is, guaranteed. The other nice thing about it is that they have different weights, and it also will help to tighten the walls of your vagina." Right? So I do a little mini sexual health, information there. And then they usually, 9 times out of 10, will buy the exercise her. Now the exercise her is $39. The Benoit balls are $20. So that's a really nice $90 upsell. Okay? So unless somebody wants them for like the 50 Shades of Grey factor or to really stimulate the G-spot or something like that, most of the time people just want to be able to stop peeing themselves. Okay, so for that, I was like, nope. So for that, the exercise her really is a good upsell to have. You should have on your table or in your gun case a Home Alone, a Do Not Disturb, or a Me Time. Okay, those are those are the things of the selfie collection that I love. Selfie, because they're all also USB. So if you need to choose one, those are the 3 that I would recommend to upgrade to your cable, because this way they're feeling the nice silicone. The Me Time you can use as a reach around toy. You can pull it out, put it against your clitoris, and have another orgasm. And you can also just sit there and rub it back and forth against your G-spot and have an orgasm. Okay, those are the 3 ways they can be used. If y'all have ever partied with me, you know I'm a mom, and you know that if it doesn't have several different ways to use it, I have no time for it. So. So these are the ways that I'm able to upsell. I upsold from a fill-up, y'all. A fill-up at a college party to a solo style. I know. Aren't you proud of me? That solo style is a $69 toy, y'all. Okay, so I went from a $19 toy to a $69 toy. She had never used the toy. She was balling on a budget, and I said, I could sell you a fill-up, but you won't be happy with it, I said. And because I want to be your consultant for life, I want to make sure that you are happy with it, I said. So this way you can use it clitorally, you can also use it for your G-spot, and you can use it vaginally as well, I said. So this gives you 3 different kinds of orgasms. So do you want 1 or 3? She said, I really want 3, but you're killing me. You were killing me. And I said, what if I gave you 10% off of it? Who still made money?
You.
Mm-hmm.
I always tell people, well, if you want to buy the fill-up, it's gonna take you longer, and we're all gonna hear you coming. And she was like, what? I was like, we're all gonna hear it. all your friends are gonna know you're coming. And
It's loud.
And she was like,
Is it loud?
yeah. And she was like, I was like, no. If you turn it on, we can hear Philip. And she was like, oh.
It's not because you're having such a good time.
Yeah. She goes, oh, I thought you meant. I was like, oh, believe me, your friends ain't gonna have time to wait for you to do that. And she was like, so what do you recommend? I said, oh, okay, yeah. So I went to.
Let's go through always make sure you have a catalog in your ordering room as well, because that's how I was able to upsell it. And I said, and I don't have a Philip here today, but if you want to take home,
I have Phillips like all day long.
Oh, I refuse to, because I want to upsell to just one touch or a solo style.
I'm gonna start throwing them. Oh, you want? Look there. You have a bob down, you can have Philip. Yeah. But the other thing is too is what I have, and I noticed that it's working for me. It might not work for all of y'all, but my my actual catalog, because I have it like laminated and everything. My actual catalog actually has the toys that I don't like crossed out, so they see mine and they're like, "Why is that no longer available?" I said, "Let's not even talk about that. You're gonna make the other ones a little upset if you talk about that one." And they were like, "Why?" I was like, "I was like, I don't use the S word a lot." And they're like, "Oh, okay, next page." Yeah. So Secret Service is crossed out like this. Yeah.
Yeah, I had someone try to buy a Twitter from me one time, and I was like, because I love you and you're beautiful, I won't sell it to you. If you desperately want it, you can go through my website.
That's right.
However, I have a tease me, please me.
Let me rock your world.
Yeah. And I have the rendezvous on my demo now.
I don't know your clitoris, but I love your clitoris too.
No.
I said, you want the Twitters, go on social media, okay?
Exactly. True story. Destination Success had that. Good job.
We did?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I'm just like, if you want Twitter, go on your phone. No.
It came in my kit, and I went to demo one time, and I think it was like my launch party or something, and I turned it on, and it broke, and I looked at my husband, he goes, yeah, well, what are you going to do with this? I'm like, they could sit there. I said, I didn't even demo it no more. The on-off switch on it, oh, I had to hold it. And
Do you know what Demarise calls it? Demarise calls it a disposable C-ring.
Yeah.
She says she takes it with her on cruises and then throws it in the garbage when she's done with the cruise. Okay? It is a disposable toy. If you want to use it twice, that's great. Or not even half a time. Okay? When you buy it, you get what you pay for at the end of the day.
I'm going to take a picture
right?
of the Twitter that I have. It's on a pencil.
Will you post that in the group?
Like a Virgin should be on everyone's table, y'all. Okay? And one other thing that you want to make sure that you will invest in when you can is lingerie. Okay? I sold 2 pieces of lingerie on Sunday to the same
It scares
person.
me to add that because it's just kind of like, and then you say people try it on and it's like,
No, when people try it on, they usually take it home. So the person who usually ends up wearing it is the person who is giving you your money and going bye-bye.
okay.
It's not just that though. You also have to be careful with people like walking off with your pieces.
My pieces are shown in the ordering room. You want to try it on? That's great. You can try it on in front of the mirror, and we go from there.
Well, no, I just know other consultants that have lost.
But that's what I do. I do not leave mine in the in the general area. I don't. That's the first thing that rolls with me into the ordering room.
Right.
So one piece is what I recommend at a time that you like start to add. I would recommend the Twilight when it becomes available, and the Fearless is beautiful. Yes,
So sexy to buy.
the Fearless, as well as not the Twilight, the other one that starts Temptress. Temptress is gorgeous. Temptress is beautiful, and I literally added it to my, because I still fell out of it so quickly, I added it to my demo again, I put it up, walked off with it, and bought it that same Sunday. I had to order myself another one. And I usually start with the large. If it's Fearless, go with extra large, because they do run small.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. It's like I'm trying to sleep. All right. So the other thing that I recommend is having an executive, a GPS 2.0, and a Joyride. Oh my goodness! I'm about to show you the Joyride. Joyride will change your life.
Yeah.
Change your life.
Every time I pull it up, I'm like, what is that? And then I'll show them.
I'm going to show you some joy for your ride.
They're
Okay.
not really impressed that it's for the men until you flip it out and just be like this, and they're like, oh my gosh. I was like I said, all of our stuff is, we make stuff for them, but it's really for them. And they're just like, yeah. And like I've sold so many of those.
So guess who's going to demo it today while I go and pee? Esperanza.
Why did you do this to me?
Because I love you.
Shut my mouth.
Come here and make sure that you're in.
Oh, doctor's order. Can't stand too long.
You're trying to be up here for 2 seconds. I'm pregnant, but I'm not that pregnant. Enjoy.
Wow, she can do this with no lube. We must hate Mr. Dependable tonight. So, ladies, who's ever taken a joyride? I'm not that type. We are law-abiding citizens here. You have to break the law. This is joyride, and I pass it around. And I was like, this is what we do, blah, 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 for the men. And they're just like, oh, that's cool. You know, right there, he can do it like this, whatever. Same thing. Now, ladies, who has a man who, you know, we all know, not every man is up to par every time. Different things change, you know, his mood, this, that, the other. You know, he's not always, the girth always changes. I didn't know that either until recently, that the girth of the penis can change too. Now, this adds precisely a 1/4 of an inch worth of girth to your man. This will touch you in ways that your man could never touch you. Put it on, and you go to town. And that's literally how I do it. Like, everybody knows I'm worried. So, you hear that? You hear that? This can touch you ways that your man can't ever touch you.
All the ways, ladies. And it makes him feel larger and more in charge, which is nice and good.
That is, yes. Especially if you give him, oh no, that's my business, never mind. I did that with an ex-consultant who was there, and she was like, you know, she was like she said some stuff too, and I was just like, oh, and it also, oh wait, never mind, that's my stuff, never mind. I go like that. So that way they kind of know that I'm using my products.
Without having to say.
Without actually having to say, because I don't talk about my business.
I also always say, because of the fact that I'm pregnant, I use what you're working with, right? So I always say, ladies, I'm easy. Obviously. Moving on.
And I've noticed that it does work. Like, because before it was like, I was strictly, no, you don't talk about yourself, because the company said don't talk about yourself.
There are ways to get around that while still being classy.
Because, like, as long as I ain't got to sit there and be like, oh, my man is this and this and this, because that's what they're expecting. But then when you give them just a little bit of that.
Mr. Dependable's like right in your mouth. Yeah, thank you. You're talking and laughing and it's like right perfectly angled.
We are on Periscope, bad news.
You give the girls just a tad, because everybody's going to be interested in what you do. You're never
Give them a
gonna
little give and take. It's
You're never going
okay.
to get away from that question. Oh, well, what do you use?
I always tell people I have a 55% discount and free products. I'm a happy girl.
It also helps when you play with, if you do Dirty Little Secret too, if you play with them, because then they know one of the slips out there was you, and there was some dirty stuff out
Well, I
there.
have to do that just because of the simple fact of everybody's kind of like, wait a minute, there's this many people, so they try to figure out. But when you throw yourself in the mix, it throws them all off, because they don't know what your secret was.
It always works, which is nice. Also, make sure that you have Body Boost on your table, y'all, and that you talk about it, okay? And that you do a before and after of something, somebody, in your event.
Someone stole my body boost. That and my company.
What?
I'm not happy.
Oi.
I'm trying to figure out what party it happened at. I take a picture of my table at every party so I can go back and look how I set it up or anything, and I'm going back on pictures to figure out what party I pass my products around.
I don't pass the body boost because I don't need to, I realized. Very quickly.
They like to
I like to
smell
pass
it
one
or
because it
something.
smells
Not
good.
always. I don't pass everything around.
I pick it up,
Sometimes they'll
smile,
pass.
put it down, and if I put it down, you know, like forcefully enough, people don't even look at it. Don't even ask. Like it smells really light, and it feels amazing, and you need this. There was that new picture that I posted that I really like because it shows it before and after within 7-month period, which shows that it's a real picture, and that's just 2 bottles of Body Boost.
That's the one thing I was gonna say, because a lot of like the pictures that they post with before and afters, it's kind of like you can tell it's already been touched up, and it's this and that. And that's why I always tell, like when I talk in my VIP, and I always say like, man, look, you can see her floor dirty. Like I will say stuff like that, like, you know, oh, you can tell she did a selfie in her bathroom and did not clean her mirror, you know. But our products still make her look gorgeous. Like yeah, I sit there and say stuff like that.
So
But-
people realize
and
that
that's
it's
why
not.
I like our pictures, because our pictures are actually.
On her face.
I do too.
Yeah.
I use it underneath my makeup. It makes your makeup looks nice and dewy.
It even
So,
lets it
yeah,
spread
it's
out
easy.
evenly too, and I don't even wear makeup.
So I'll use the Pure Naked body wash on my face, and then I will get out of the shower, use Skin Therapy to close my pores, and then I put Body Boost on my face, and then I do my makeup once it settles. And it just makes everything nice and even, and it makes you glow, literally glow, which is really nice. So people are like, oh my, because I'm 33 years old, y'all, okay? And when I go to these parties and everything, people are like, so you have a kid and you're pregnant, and how old are you? And I'm like, 33, and they're like, and I'm like, yeah. And I was like, Body Boost. You know, the other nice thing is that people want to see it, because what happens, y'all, with the It Works girls and all those, like, they don't look like real results often, right?
Well, not just
It's always
that,
somebody
but
from somebody.
temporary. They're not meant. They weren't meant, and they're not supposed to be something that's like a permanent change.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's temporary.
And the Body Boost sticks with you, which is nice, which is very different because it has the caffeine in it. So that's something
But
that
the
you
other
can
thing,
say.
like I said in the one video, but the other thing is it's company picture. Like that's why our pictures are our pictures, and we're actually using them.
And they're client pictures.
And now, if you notice, because they just released the Body Boost a couple months ago, now you're starting to get pictures from before and after from a lot of people because people are using them. With the It Works, it's, you know, it's this person, it's this person. I have like 7 It Works girls on as my friends, and it's all the same pictures at the same time. That's why when I see everybody posting their, you know, $25 referral and all the stuff that everybody does, I write everything down.
And then you post it later.
And I post it exactly a month later. Like I have a notebook of everything that everybody else does at the same time. I write it all down and I do it a month later.
The other thing, ladies, that you should invest in are lap boards. Seriously, they make everything look so nice. You saw my party. So it keeps everything in one spot. So it's literally a binder that I cut the middle out of. I mean, Dollar Store now literally has those again. Walmart has them to the side, so you can't use both sides, which annoys me. But the Dollar Store finally has them back in stock.
Walmart has them, but they're like $169 each.
No,
Yeah.
thank
One's
you.
in the middle, and I had to buy them because they didn't have them at $3 stores I went to.
The one down here finally had them, so I was really excited. I literally bought like 12. Matthew watched me come out, and he was like, I need to update my lap boards, and he's like, okay. He's like, if you say so. But they last forever, which is really nice too. And then people notice that you look put together. Like when I hand them out, people are like, oh wow. That's what I usually get is, oh wow. And I was like, well, this just keeps me organized, I said. And you don't want everything slipping out and moving around and everything. And it gives you something to write on. And you were like, oh, that's so nice. If you give people a reason why you do things, people usually will automatically go, that's like the best thing ever. Another thing that you should look into is labels or a stamp for the back of your catalog. Because people lose your cards all the time, but they're usually going to keep a catalog, okay? And also raffle tickets is another nice thing to have. I'm like about to be out, crazy enough, is because the fact that they're incentives. They incentivize your girls to do stuff that they would not otherwise want to do. Like send you a text message or add you to Facebook, or play your games, right? I'm not a joiner. Do you like free stuff? You're a joiner now, just for the day. It's fine. You know what I mean? And I was not once rude. You know what I mean? I said, you like free stuff? It's okay. It's okay to conform for 2 seconds. Okay? You like orgasms, yes? Okay. Also, I say that all the time. You like orgasms, yes?
Yes,
Cool.
yes.
Okay. Scratch off stickers are nice too because you can use them in your goodie bags. They are currently on sale until the end of the month. On like my scratch off or whatever, and they have the PR heart and everything. You just write something underneath it, put the scratch off on top of it, and then when they scratch off, they see what you wrote underneath it, which is really nice. So you can use them in your hostess packets as well, and use them as an incentive for people to join your team. So that's what Mia's been using them for lately. So you can say, when you join my team on blah blah date, right? Give them a date that's a cutoff, then you will receive this as your incentive. And underneath it, they scratch off and they get $50 in product, $100 in product, whatever you want. And you go from there. When they activate, just say, because that's a really big thing. And I want to talk about incentives, and I think that's the next thing I'm talking about. Yes, it is. So how do you incentivize without breaking the bank? Okay? Because when you give away too much, it's not worth it, right? You don't want to give away the bank. Why are you smiling, Missy?
Because I just went to Walmart and they have these little totes that look like Michael Kors or whoever, and they are hot pink, and they were on clearance for $2.50, and I went and bought like, it came to like $32 or something.
You bought a lot.
I bought a lot, and I told my husband that I was going to just start posting like, oh, you know, so-and-so gets this, so-and-so gets this, first person does this, whatever, and they get whatever's inside. And he's like, well, what are you going to put inside? I was like, I don't know, depends on what kit they buy. But I said as long as they bought a kit. So I'm probably going to like delete the whole post and act like it never happened, and put, you have to go deluxe, because I'm not going to have another
situation. Mm-hmm. The other thing though too is that when you give somebody an incentive to activate, you're more likely to be like, whew, yes, please. You know what I mean? It's one of the reasons why we also say, oh, have 3 parties in this amount of time and you got $50 in free products. Or, you know, things like that. Like that 24-hour challenge, because it gets people to go, okay. Because a lot of people are scared to start initially, or to start talking about pure romance, or, you know, the what will people say? How many parties, Miss Amy, did you book at Applebee's yesterday?
4.
What? About talking to who?
The waitresses.
And what were you doing at Applebee's?
I was there for my 31 meeting.
And how did that go?
Good.
So she was really trying on the DL to sit there and tell people about it, and then that waitress kept coming back and asking for more cards. So how did you do your incentive for booking a party on your card?
Because then when you get your kit, the card, you have to write it in. So I put book a party and you'll get 10% off, but you have to have this card, and only one of you can do it. So 3 of the waitresses wanted to do it, so she kept coming back for another card and another catalog, so they would. And I said, you can't all do it at the same night. And she goes, no, we're going to have like 4 parties.
So the hostess gets 10% of retail sales plus 10% off the order too.
Right.
So it's like double hostess credits or something, or something to that equivalent. So she's not giving away much, while still incentivizing people, because like they're like 10% is huge. It's not really at the end of the day, right? But people get excited. So look at your monthly sales is what I recommend people to do, and think about what you can do. What is going to make sense to you to incentivize with? So something like adding $500 in retail to a party really is $50, right? And then you add a caveat with a $500 party. So 50 and 50 is like, I had a $1,000 party, which is like double hostess credits, and it's a little bit easier to explain, right? Usually you don't need to do incentives unless you're in a booking freeze, meaning you're having a hard time booking parties. Or you're looking at your month going, ooh, I have 4 parties in March and I need 12. like psycho over here. So, also a free bottle of coochie to the next person who books a party. That's their hostess gift, y'all. Okay? And you need to give them a hostess gift anyway. And who doesn't want a free bottle of coochie? I want a free bottle of coochie. Anybody else? You know what I mean? The other nice thing too that you can do is you're gonna buy in 6-packs and save, right? Everybody knows to buy in 6-packs. Okay? Because it's buy 5 get 1 free with the 6-packs, and that's how you buy smart. Also, when you buy on a really good shipping day, like $90 shipping, or you buy with the free stuff that they've been giving out with the buy $600 in retail and find yourself with like $250 in free product. Yes, please. Those are hostess gifts. You know, playmates and stuff. Who doesn't want to swallow? Just saying. That's how this happened. Sorry. All those things end up allowing for you to find yourself, okay, booking those parties and not having to think, oh my gosh, I just gave so much and it wasn't enough, you know, of a high selling party. The other thing is that I offer $50 in free product typically when you join my team and activate, okay? If I find myself needing to recruit one more person or to be able to get my bonus or something, I'll say the next person who goes to Lux gets a $100 free gift or $150 in free gift, right? But my sales are typically $5,000 to $7,000 a month, so I get tons of free product. So it doesn't cost me a thing.